Hello everyone, welcome to CGTN, China Global Television Network. I'm Yang Jinghao reporting from Miluo, a city in central China's Hunan province. Actually, this city is like a 2-hour drive from the capital city of Changsha in Hunan province. Today, I'm going to show you around a very famous site in Miluo. Actually, it's a landmark site in the city called Quzi Temple. It is a temple built in honor of the great poet, China's great poet Qu Yuan. And this live stream is actually part of our special coverage, Real-Time China, presented by CGTN. Actually, to commemorate the 40 years of China's reform and opening up, CGTN presents this special coverage. And our crew will take you all the way from Beijing to Shenzhen. And today we just came to we just come to Yueyang, the city of Yueyang in Hunan province, and Miluo is just a county of Yueyang. And today I'm honored to joined by Mr. Liu Shiling. Mr. Liu is a 你好，刘老师。Mr. Liu is an expert on Qu Yuan research, and he's used to be the curator of this temple, the Quzi Temple here. 李老师，那么非常高兴您能加入我们的节目啊。那么今天就是麻烦您就带我们就是一起大概看一下这个屈子祠，给我们介绍一下屈原的一些历史和文化，好吗？
好的。
Okay. So Mr. Liu today he will show us around this temple, and he will also introduce us some of the culture and history about Qu Yuan. And first, here we come to this place. It's called Tianwen Tan. Actually, Tianwen, as far as I know, it's one of the greatest poems by Qu Yuan. 老师，那个天问它是那个屈原的其中的一个作品是吧？
天问是屈原的很重要的一篇作品。它反映了屈原的这个历史唯物观这些思想。他一口气向天提出了172个问题，包括这个自然、人文、历史、神话传说等等方面。这个很多的问题在现代的科学中间还在探索。
Actually, Tianwen or heavenly questions consists of a total of 172 questions. Actually, they are raised in question format and addressed to Tianwen heaven. Mr. Liu told me that these questions actually refer to like nature, history, religion, and other aspects, and also mythology at that time. 那么，刘老师，那么上面这些就是天问的内容是吧？
天问的全文，请这个9位书法家，分段的书写，然后把它结成一个完整的。正面那个是荷兰省书协主席陈天然提的天文坛。
And what we can see here is just the whole content of this poem called Tianwen, or Heavenly Questions, and they are written by 9 contemporary calligraphers across the country. Yeah, it's a massive statue. Yeah, and every year, a lot of visitors can come to this temple, and they would pay respect to this statue. But today it's freezingly cold and rainy, so there are very few visitors here today. 那么，所以就是前面这个有什么建筑，刘老师？
离骚阁，这里边是离骚的全文。这个离骚是屈原的代表作。这个它是中国浪漫主义这个作品的一个先河。整个离骚呢，它反映了屈原的爱国主义思想，反映了屈原的爱民的思想。你比如说爱民人士多艰，还反映了屈原这种为了国家、为了人民这种不畏艰难的求索的精神，还反映了屈原对这个 腐败的一些现象，深恶痛绝的这个精神。你比如说他啊，这个众皆信见以贪婪兮，贫不厌恶求速啊，这就是离骚里面的句。
我解释一下，this is called a Li Sao Pavilion. Actually, Li Sao. I'm not quite sure if some of you have ever heard of this. It's actually one of the greatest poems written by Qu Yuan, and Li Sao actually it is one of the most famous poems in Chinese history, and the name is often translated as lament, but it is also known as on encountering trouble. Actually, Mr. Liu told me that it is a poem of search, sorrow, and disillusionment of an exiled minister of state. Actually, it is part of the collection known as 楚辞. Actually, 所以那个大部分刚才我们提到，就是我提到了一个楚辞。其实那个屈原的大部分的诗，它都是收藏在楚辞里，对吧？
楚辞里面，他的作品根据《汉书》
一边走一边说。
艺文志的记载是25篇。这个
他收藏了25篇
啊，收藏了25篇。这个后人刘向把它整理成为楚辞。
OK。
现在留下来的最早的楚辞版本是东汉王逸的楚辞章句。
Okay. So most of the poems by Qu Yuan is collected in 楚辞. Actually, 楚辞 is a very important works in ancient Chinese. It collects most of the Qu Yuan's works, Qu Yuan's poems. Mr. Liu said Chu actually collects a total of 25 poems by Qu Yuan. Just we mentioned some of the works by Qu Yuan. Actually, Qu Yuan is considered, he's considered China's first great patriotic poet. And he's actually called the literary giant in Chinese history. 老师，那么我们知道这个屈原，其实他是生活在战国时期，是吧？
战国时期中晚期。
中晚期是吧？
对，楚国。
楚国，他是出生在一个贵族家庭。
他的这个元祖和楚王室是一个家族。
Qu Yuan, Mr. Liu said Qu Yuan was born in a noble family during the Warring States period, which lasts from 476 BC to 221 BC. Yeah, it's more than 2,000 years from now. 那我们现在看到的是，这是什么？
招坟和大招。
这是碑，这是整个是个碑林是吧？
对，整个就是这个碑林一共有365块碑。这个有屈原的作品，还有后人纪念屈原的这个诗句，请当代的一些书法家，把它书写刻成碑，看在这里面的。
What we can see here right now is a massive stone tablets. It's an important part of the Quzi Temple. Actually, there are a total of 多少块老师？365块。There are a total of 365 stone tablets here, and 一些是屈原的诗句，另一些是纪念屈原的诗句啊。On these tablets, some of them are the poems by Qu Yuan, and others are poems written by other contemporary poets, written in memory of Qu Yuan. Yeah. Okay, we know that Qu Yuan actually, he's also known as how to say? 我们知道屈原就是我们纪念他，就今年现在后人纪念他是因为他是跟那个端午节有关，是吧？
因为他是选择在端午节这天。投汨罗江巡国的，所以这个汨罗人民出于对屈原的爱戴，就把这个节日和节日里面的所有的习俗，就献给了屈原。所以从屈原以后， 汨罗的这个端午节就成了祭奠屈原的专门的节日，和这个节日里面的习俗也都成了祭奠屈原的这个习俗。
先有这习俗，后来说纪念屈原是吧？
把这个习俗都放在祭奠屈原的。
Just I asked something about the Dragon Boat Festival or Duan Festival to Mr. Liu. Actually, we know that Qu Yuan is also known as someone who is closely related to the China's traditional Dragon Boat Festival or Duan Festival. So, does anyone know something about related legends or stories about Dragon Boat Festival? If you know anything about the origin of this festival of related traditions, you can leave messages to us. And also, if you have any questions about Qu Yuan or the Duan Festival, you can also leave messages to us, and we can give you some related answers later. OK, 那么老师，这里是一个什么建筑？
九章馆。
九章馆
啊，屈原的
This is called
九
章 Hall。
都在这个里面。九章是屈原一生中很重要的作品，它反映了他的一生的脉络，基本上。
Okay, this is called 九章 Hall. Actually, 九章 can be literally translated as 9 chapters. And Mr. Liu said 九章 is actually very important words by Qu Yuan. 是它总共9个篇章吗？意思是？
一共9个篇章。
Okay, it consists of 9 pieces in total. Yeah. 那么这里 what kind of activities are usually held here? Because we can see some desks and chairs here. 通常这里是不是会有一些活动？
这是我们这个地方是湖南省这个中小学教研基地，所以经常有这个中学、小学、大学的学生到这儿来搞活动。所以我们准备了这些设备，到这儿祭祀屈原呐，来给他们讲解屈原呐这些。
Actually, this is a base of patriotism education in Hunan province. So, students, including the elementary students, middle school students, or even college students, would come here to have some activities here to learn about Qu Yuan's patriotism spirit. 那么还没看到一些浮雕是吧？那些浮雕是反映屈原的一些生活场景。
这都是屈原的9章里面的插画，这是根据这个萧云从明代萧云从和陈洪寿所做的这个一草图。
关于这个9章的内容是吧？
关于9章的内容都是。
We can see some embossments on the wall. Mr. Liu says these embossments actually reflects the contents of these poems of 9章 or 9 chapters. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so we talked about some of the Qu Yuan's literary achievements, his poems, and I just mentioned that Qu Yuan is actually regarded the China's first great patriotic poet, and he made great contributions to Chinese literature. 所以那个刘老师，还有就是屈原，他就是我们通常说他是开创了那个浪漫主义的一个风格，是吧？
对，他是中国浪漫主义的始祖，可以说。他这种文学的
风格对后代诗人影响也很大的。
那对后代影响很大的。他对我们中国的，你比如说汉赋，这个唐宋诗词，对后代的小说。
had great influence on the poets in the latter generations, like the poets in Tang and Song dynasties. And just now we talked about Qu Yuan's literature, his literary contributions. Actually, we know that Qu Yuan's also a great politician, a great statesman and diplomat. 那么刘老师，所以我们知道屈原除了他的文学贡献以外，他其实也是个非常优秀、非常杰出的一个政治家，对吧？
政治家，改革家。
他当时是在战国时期是在楚国担任一定的官职，是吧？
开始是担任左徒。
左徒。
这个左徒呢，他是主管内政外交。他任左徒的时候。
Wait. Sorry. We can also see some beautiful embossments here. 那么这些是反映了什么？
这一个就是九歌。
九歌
这个展示了九歌的11篇作品的书法作品。
九歌并不是只有9篇。
它是11篇。这个上面的这些浮雕呢，就是九歌的内容。
Okay. Mr. Liu said this embossment reflects the contents of another important works by Qu Yuan, which is called 九歌 or 9 songs. And actually, despite the 9 in the title, the number of these poetic pieces actually consists of a total of 11 separate songs. This set of verses actually seems to represent some shamanistic dramatic practices of the Yangtze River Valley area. So actually 9 songs doesn't just include 9 pieces. Actually it consists of 11 pieces. Okay, dear friends, in case you just catch us, and we're now reporting from Miluo, a city in central China's Hunan province, and this is part of our special coverage, Real-Time China, which is special for the 40th year of China's reform and opening up. And our team will bring you all the way from Beijing to Shenzhen. Today we just arrived in the city of Yueyang in Hunan province. And here we are showing around important sites in the city of Miluo, which is called Quzi Temple. As we just mentioned, Qu Yuan is really an important and great poet in Chinese history. And just now I just asked Mr. Liu about Qu Yuan's political career. Actually, Mr. Liu told me that Qu Yuan, besides he's a great poet, an important figure in Chinese literature, he's also a very great statesman, excellent diplomat. Qu Yuan, Mr. Liu told me that Qu Yuan actually served as the 左徒 for his country, the state of Chu, right? During that period of time. 那么左徒相当于一个什么职位，老师？
左徒根据学界研究，大概相当于后代的左丞相。
左丞相，
他仅次于令允。左徒上面还有一个令允。
那么相当于今天的是个什么官职呢？有没有一个他主要是负责哪些？Mr. Liu told me that Qu Yuan served as the 左徒 for his country at that time. And I'm asking Mr. Liu, what's the how to say the position is responsible for? 那么他主要是负责哪些？内政、
外交，他都管。你比如他出使齐国，建立和齐国的联盟，对内他主张改革，起草宪令都有。
Actually, serving as a 左徒 or minister, at that time, Qu Yuan is responsible for both internal affairs and diplomacy for his country, the state of Chu. 所以屈原当时他担任那个左徒的时候，是有很多那种对这个国家有很多这个改革的建议啊、主张之类的，是吧？
对，他提出了很多的改革主张，在他担任左徒这一段时间。你比如说，他对外，他要联齐抗秦，建立这个抵抗秦国的统一战线。对内，他主张以法治国，彰明法治，还主张举贤授能。凡是对国家有贡献的人才都要使用，不论出身贵贱。 你比如他还主张这个控制贵族的特权，压缩封君。
好，那个我翻译一下，老师。Serving as a minister for his country, actually, Mr. Liu said Qu actually had a lot of how to say proposals to reform. For example, in terms of the diplomacy, he advocated a policy of alliance with other kingdoms to fight against the state of Qing, which threatened to dominate them all. 对内他有哪些主张？
对内是起草宪令，就是起草法令。这个举贤授人。
起草法令就是依法治国是吧？
依法治国。还比如限制这个权贵的
权利，
这个享受。压缩封君。
所以他是有很多的改革的。
很多改革的措施，你看反腐的，你比如说他对这些朝廷的腐败现象深恶痛绝。他在《离骚》中就写到，这个众邪尽尽以贪婪兮，贫不见乎求速。他就生动地描绘了这些朝廷的这些这个贪官形象。
Okay, in terms of the diplomacy, as I just mentioned, Qu Yuan advocates the policy of alliance with other kingdoms, other states to fight against the state of Qing. And in terms of the internal affairs, Qu Yuan also has had a lot of proposals, reform proposals. For example, he advocates the rule of law, right? Strict measures on fighting against corruption. Actually, it is in line with today's campaign in cracking down on corruption, and also he also proposed to limit the power of the officials, of those in power. 那么，所以他这些主张其实，据我了解，并没有得到太多的支持，是吧？
因为当时楚国的这个亲秦派的力量很强。所以他的这些主张受到了一些贵族的反对。这些贵族就在楚怀王的面前这个诽谤他。他就被楚怀王疏远了。
Okay, Miss Liu told me that actually these proposals put forward by Qu Yuan actually were opposed by other officials whose jealousy of him. And those officials in power then slandered him to the king of Chu. And finally, Qu Yuan was exiled. 就被流放了，是吧？
对，就流放到了江南，通过长期的流徙，最后在汨罗定居下来。
So sadly, despite that he's a great politician, a great diplomat, his reform proposals met great oppositions from other officials, other ministers of the country. From here we can see a lake. 老师，这里是一个汨罗江的一部分吗？
这就是汨罗江的河道。
Okay, this is just the well-known Miluo River, part of the Miluo River. 我们知道，屈原当时就是投汨罗江的，是吧？
对，他在公元前278年投汨罗江。
Okay, this is part of the Miluo River, and as far as we know, Qu Yuan just committed suicide by throwing himself into the Miluo River in the year of 278 BC. That's more than 2,000 years from now. 那么当时屈原投汨罗江原因是什么？
他因为在公元前278年的时候，秦将白起攻破了楚国的都城郢都，而且焚烧了楚先王的陵墓，所以他感到复国无望，但是他又不愿意做亡国奴，所以他就在这一天投汨罗江，他要用自己躯体的消失唤醒君王和令臣们的这个救国爱国的 情怀。
OK，
同时，他也既希望这个在为什么选择端午节这天投江呢？因为端午节是祭祀龙的，他也既希望自己的灵魂神的龙到另一个境界世界去，到天国去，寻找一个美丽的环境。
OK，
去实现他的美政理想。
Mr. Liu said, upon hearing that the capital of his state, the state of Chu, was invaded by the state of Qing, 是被秦国攻占 right? Qu Yuan just chose to take his life by throwing himself into the river, into the Miluo River, because he just didn't want to serve other countries. And he just tried to arouse his compatriots' courage, their willingness to fight against the enemies in this way. Actually, this just demonstrated Qu Yuan's despair of being unable to serve his motherland. 那么，所以就在这里每年都会有那个龙舟赛，是吧？
每年端午节都要举行龙舟竞渡。这个就是这一段江面。
Okay, so there's a dragon boat racing held here, just on this river each year during the Dragon Boat Festival. And just now, I just asked you that if you know anything about the culture, the tradition of Dragon Boat Festival. 我听说有个传说，就是当时屈原投江以后，当地老百姓为了救他，就划着那个船去寻找他，然后扔那个米放在那个江里，是吧？
对，这个当时他投江这个消息传出来以后，这个当地的老百姓都划着各自的船到出事的地点去抢救他，这就形成了这个龙舟竞渡。所以我说龙舟不起源于汨罗，但是龙舟竞渡起源于汨罗。
OK，
人们为了防止它的遗体被鱼虾吞噬，所以就把祭龙的那个饭团就往江里面扔，就是要鱼虾去吃这些饭团，不要侵蚀屈原的遗体。
解释一下 ，Miss Liu told me a legend actually, which is the origin of the traditions like dragon boat racing. Or eating 粽子. Actually, upon hearing the tragedy, local people just rushed in their boats to search for Qu Yuan to save him, and they just throw the sticky rice right into the water, in case that in the hope of distracting the fish from eating Qu Yuan's body. And these traditions just form the origin of the traditions of the Dragon Boat Festival. Mr. Liu told me that Dragon Boat actually doesn't originate from Miluo, but the tradition of racing originates from Miluo. Huh? And now I can show you. This is just the zones we just mentioned. Okay, the sticky rice dumpling. 这就是
糯米团，到东汉以后就发展成为粽子。
Okay.
就现在我们还有这个群众到端午节把粽子和包子往江里面扔，祭祀屈原。
Yeah, during the Dragon Boat Festival or Duan Festival, one of the most popular traditions is to eat zongzi. Yeah, this kind of stuff. It's made of sticky rice. Yeah. And Mr. Liu told me that actually in Miluo, in the city of Miluo, on that day, some people also threw the zongzi into the river, just a way of respecting, remembering the tradition, right? As I just mentioned, people, to save Qu Yuan, locals just threw sticky rice into the water to distract the fish from eating his body. Okay, now we now arrived at the gate of the main hall of this Quzi Temple. 这就是那个主殿的大门是吧？
献屈原的屈子祠。 它始建于战国末年。经过3次迁徙，这是第3次迁徙。这次迁徙在乾隆19年，公元1754年迁在这个山上。我们现在看的建筑就是公元1754年的建筑。
Okay, dear friends, here what we can see here is just the main structure of the Quzi Temple. Actually, this is not the original one. The first temple was built in the late years of the Warring States period, which is more than 2,000 years ago. And this one was built some 260 years ago during the Qin dynasty, of course, in memory of the great poet and politician Qu Yuan. Okay, dear friends, in case you just catch us, here we are live streaming. We are doing live stream from the city of Qu Yuan, city of Miluo. We are trying to tell you something about Qu Yuan, his poetry, his legacy in politics, in reform, and now we are show you around. We show you around the Quzi Temple in this city. Now this is the main structure, the main part of this Quzi Temple. 那么我们现在可以看到一些那个浮雕在上面，是吧？We can see some very beautiful
浮雕中间的3幅
embossments.
上面是屈原和渔民谈心。这个东边这一幅是屈原行吟泽畔，西边这幅是屈原投江的一个行写这个场面，其余的就是屈原的作品的这个写意，是根据陈洪寿的《离骚图》做上去的。
一些是反映屈原的作品，一些是反映屈原的生活嘛，是这么理解吗？
对，这那边3幅，这边3幅就是屈原的这个《离骚》，根据这个《离骚图》做上去的。这个上面是少司命，这个下面是这个湘军湘夫人，那个上面是国殇，下面是东军。
Okay. Actually, Mr. Liu told me that these embossment, a total of 13 pieces, reflects Qu Yuan's life and his literary works, and 6 pieces on the both sides reflects about the contents of his great work, Li Sao, and those pieces in the center actually displays just Qu Yuan's life at that time. Okay, how about we going inside the hall? 我们进去看一下吧，老师。
好的。
Just now we mentioned Li Sao. Actually, Li Sao is one of the most famous poems in Chinese history. The name of Li Sao is often translated as the Lament. It's a poem of search, sorrow, and disillusionment. Okay, let's take a look. 老师，这我们可以看到，这个是一首很著名的诗，是吧？一首著名的词，应该说。
这个是前厅，这个屏幕上面是司马迁写的《史记·屈原列传》，它大概是一个是反映了这个介绍了屈原的生平，一个是介绍了屈原的思想，一个是揭露了楚国朝廷的黑暗，大概分成3部分内。
What we can see here is actually a great piece written by Sima Qian from the Beisong dynasty. It's a biography of Qu Yuan in the records of the grand historian, also called Shi Ji. Actually, it is the only source of information on Qu Yuan's life. It records Qu Yuan's life, Qu Yuan's ideas, his spirits, yeah. 所以老师，我们刚才聊到屈原的一些主张，一些他的精神，就是说，您认为，就是说他的那些主张，他的精神，对今天来说，是不是还有一些借鉴意义 ？We just mentioned talking about a lot of Qu Yuan's proposals, his ideas on reform, right? So, do you think those ideas and proposals are still inspiring, still relevant today?
我觉得屈原的这个思想和他的主张，对今天仍然很有教育意义。你比如说，他主张这个彰明法治，依法治国。
对对对。
我们今天就要依法治国。你比如说，他这个不忘初心，始终如一的热爱自己的祖国。他在《举颂论》里写的啊，这个寿命不迁，深蓝国喜。身固兰兮，更一致兮；身固兰兮，葛其无求兮。他一生都忠于自己的祖国。还你比如他这个反腐的这种思想啊，这种坚决的态度，对今天都很有教育的意义。
Mr. Liu said, though it's like more than 2,000 years later, most of Qu Yuan's spirits, his proposals and ideas are still relevant today, are still inspiring us today. Like he advocates the rule of law, which is very important today, and it is also what we called for today. And also, he's firmly against corruption, right? And which is also in line with the crackdown launched by the central government today. And also, Mr. Liu just highlighted to the young generation.
这是屈原画像，这一幅对联是美籍华人谭立生先生做。
还有信号吗？
祭祀屈原的地方，在神龛里面供奉着有屈。对屈原的这种爱戴。
This place actually, this place actually is where people hold sacrificial ceremony, especially during the Dragon Boat Festival. On that day, people who participate the Dragon Boat racing will hold a very grand ceremony here on hand to commemorate, to pay their respect to the great poet, and also pray for peace and prosperity. Yeah, we can see there's an altar there. And just now we mentioned that the Duanwu Festival is held annually after the death of Qu Yuan on the 5th day of the 5th month on the Chinese lunar calendar, in memory of Qu Yuan after he threw himself into the Miluo River. 那么这里除了这个，另外还有一些展厅什么的，是吧？
这个后面这个利用这个房间布置了一个展室，介绍了屈原的生平、他的作品和他的思想。
Okay, there's other rooms which display some of the great works by Qu Yuan. And also, as far as I know, there's also academy here, which is called屈子Academy, right? 这里还有个屈子书院是吧？其实这也是现在我们进行这个屈原精神和文化传播的一个非常重要的一个地方，是吧？
重要的场地，经常在那儿建成以后，经常在那儿举行活动。
专家学者是吧？
对，你比如今年成都理工大学的，还有这个湖南理工学院的，还有这个很多中小学都到这儿来举行活动。
Mr. Liu told me that not far from here there's a Qzi Academy which opened last year. Actually, that academy and this temple they are both part of the Qzi Culture Park. That place is a very important place. That academy is a very important place to promote the spirit and culture of about Qu Yuan. Okay, dear friends, just now we just showed you around the Quzi Temple in the city of Miluo, Yueyang City, in central China's Hunan province. And actually, we just mentioned that this temple was built some 260 years ago in memory of the China's great poet and politician Qu Yuan. And just now we shared with you a lot of the relics and the exhibits. Just now, I just showed you around the Quzi Temple. I just showed you around the Quzi Temple in the city of Miluo in Hunan province. We shared with you some of Qu Yuan's poetry, his life, and some traditions in commemoration of this great poet, like the Dragon Boat Festival. And as the expert Liu Shilin told me, that many of Qu Yuan's spirits, his proposals, and his ideas on reform are still relevant and inspiring today. So he also hopes that people today, especially the younger generation, can learn from Qu Yuan, learn his spirits, his patriotism, and his proposals on politics and on reform. And that's what we have today. Thanks for watching. This is part of our special coverage, Real-Time China. We are taking you all the way from Beijing to Shenzhen, and now we are in Hunan province. To know more about this special coverage, to know more about the achievements on China's reform and opening up, we will keep you updated, and please closely follow our program on CGTN and on our new media platforms. Yeah, that's what we have today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.